Hey, Justin Popovich here from bestqualityplr.com. In this video, I want to talk to you about private label rights material and understanding what PLR really is. Because what I find in my dealings in the online world, online business, is there's a lot of misconceptions around what PLR is. If you've never heard of PLR before, it stands for, like I said, private label rights. It's essentially licensed content. So there are providers, many publishers online, who will create content without any branding, with no name. It's almost like a ghostwriter has written the content, but in some cases it may be audio or video content as well, or a combination. Now with PLR, you essentially get a chance to buy a license and republish and repackage that material as your own. The license itself will determine what you can do with the actual content. In some cases, you can publish that content to the web and put your name on it as though you wrote it. In other cases, you can't publish it on the web, but you can, let's say, sell it. But they won't allow you to publish it freely because they want to maintain the quality or the exclusivity of the content, I should say. So you really have to understand what the actual license from the vendor, from the provider says before you buy any kind of PLR to make sure you understand how to use it properly. Now, on the other end of the spectrum is people that already know what PLR is. There's a lot of people that think PLR is basically just junk. And to their credit, they're right for the most part. A lot of PLR, if you just do some Google searches and find general PLR that's available either for free or really cheap, it's really poorly made stuff. It's written by outsourced writers who don't have command. Let's say we're talking about English PLR here. It's written by people who, in some cases, don't even have command of the English language, and when you read this content, you can tell. And nothing against people that don't speak English, but if that's the market, it has to sound good, right? It has to look good. And the key thing here is that not all PLR is junk. That's a huge myth. There are a select handful of PLR content creators, and there's a growing number of them, thankfully, that are actually producing good quality stuff. And so the challenge then becomes, how do you find the good stuff? So the main thing is you have to look, and you really have to do your research before you decide. In some cases, you're going to have to just grab some stuff and test it. But in other cases, you can actually do like you do in any other industry or any other consumable product. Go and look around. What are other people saying? What are the reviews saying about that provider? And you'll find pretty quickly that there are a lot of good PLR providers on the market. And of course, this video is brought to you by myself as part of bestqualityplr.com, and we would like to consider ourselves a company that provides that good kind of content. So I'd encourage you to take a look at it. But I hope this at least lets you understand what PLR, private label rights, really is. And it's basically just a licensed piece of content that you can use, and all you have to do is look inside of that license that the content provider's giving you to make sure that you're using it within the rights that are provided. For more information about private label rights contents, how to use it, what to look for, make sure you check out the link that we've provided.